Usa ka tingog, usa ka katawhan. Cebu Catholic Television Network.
Maayong gabi kanatong tanan and welcome to our program Partners in Law with the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association and the Philippine Earth Justice Center. So ako di si Attorney Joy Argalion, ang inyong host for this episode, for this program. And it's a brand new year, so although medyo dugay-dugay na gud ta nagsugod sa January, but still Happy New Year to our televiewers. Bagong tuig na pod, so padayon gihapon ta sa atong pag-discuss ug nagkalain-lain issues regarding the environment sa atong programa. And we're happy nga for this episode this month, giguyugan ta sa atong mga kauban sa atong kausa, sa atong advokasya. And this month is also very important because we will be talking about very relevant topics. And of course, it's Sinulog month for all the Cebuanos watching. So, advanced happy Sinulog. So, karon sa atong episode, ipaila-ila na to atong guest, no? We're very honored gikuigan ta karong gabi una sa ato ang guest. But before that, ako ipaila-ila atong co-host for this evening. Dugay na ninyo siyang nakita, kuyog na to sa mga previous episodes na to. But now, I'm very happy to call her Panyera as a colleague in the profession. So, Attorney Princess Vivar, reintroduce yourself to our audience for this new year.
Yes, thank you kaayo, Attorney Joy. Maayong gabi sa tanan. So, paila-ila na ko usab ang akong kaugalingon. Doon naan ako sa previous episodes. First time na ko ipaila-ila akong kaugalingon as Attorney Princess Caroline A. Vivar. Salamat kaayo sa pag-uban karong gabi una and look forward sa ato ang discussion mahitungod sa atong gisidlibrar karong January.
Yes, so again, Happy New Year also, Ses, no? I think first time may nagkakita. So now, we'll introduce our guest, no? Usa siya ka dugay na gyud kaayo nga kauban, also a mentor, an inspiration gyud for us, na especially nga bag-o pa ta aning atong mga atong advokasya, but siya dugay na siya nga naglihok in this part of in this sector. And also, given her expertise, she will be able to share with us some very interesting programs and projects that would be very helpful to our televiewers. So, I'd like to introduce our guest for this afternoon, Doc Cherry. So, please introduce yourself to our televiewers.
Thank you, Joy, and thank you, Princess. I'm amidst Joy and the Princess. Diba? Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. And Pete Senor.
Si Doc Cherry Baliascas is the Executive Director of the Regional Center for Expertise here in Cebu. So, RCE has been a partner of PJC and all other organizations here in Cebu. And we're very happy to have her as our guest as we talk about Zero Waste Month. As I said, karong January, giselebrar not just in the Philippines but internationally as the International Zero Waste Month. So, atong sabton sa madituod ng zero waste, no? Because is it doable? Is it possible? Kaya ba na nato nga wala jud tay waste nga ma-produce or magamit, no, sa ato ang entire lifestyle, or kaya ba na nato? But for Zero Waste Month, basically it's also being supported by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Their theme right now is sustainable
waste management in livable communities. Zero waste to Philippine waters by 2040.
Yes. In the past, no, we've always talked about waste pollution, especially mga solid waste nato here sa Philippines. So, it's very important nga we impart that knowledge to our televiewers also. Kung unsa man di ay ang pwede natong mabuhat from our own house, from our own homes, no, sa atong mga communities, kay dili man na nato ma-solve in one day. So kinahanglan gyud nag community effort. And Doc Cherry here from the Regional Center for Expertise, before ta mo padayon, no, Doc Cherry, maybe you can tell our televiewers what RCE is and unsay you know, the main objective or goal of RCE.
Okay. RCE Cebu stands for Regional Center of Expertise on Education for Sustainable Development. Initiated 2005 at the University of the Philippines, Cebu. We're the first ever in the Philippines, and of course first in Cebu, and one of the top 10 pioneer RCEs also out the world. Kasi global, we are accredited by the United Nations University, so we're a global network. Okay, and then so initiated 2005, accredited 2006. Since then, we have always had two objectives. One remains as education for sustainable development, and the other one is the promotion and the attainment of the 17 SDGs.
Yes.
By 2030 is our goal, and of course the goal of all the SDGs, the overall objective is to establish a better world for people and planet.
For Cebu, but your Regional Center of Expertise in Cebu, but your reach is not just Cebu.
No. It depends on the program. For example, our latest Eco School project, training for kitchen waste composting and options for other types of waste. We are in Mindanao, we are in Luzon, and several parts of the Visayas. So, depende sa campaign. And of course, we go global.
Nindot kaayo siya nga network because you can feel presence and activities all over the Philippines. No? Timely and relevant sa ni Atty. Joy because national context-wise, we are celebrating the National Zero Waste month. That is by virtue of the Presidential Proclamation 760 by the late President Benigno Aquino III. So, we are in line with the international celebration of the Zero Waste month.
And now, like, there's a law actually, mandating everyone. And it's not just like a celebration, but also encouraging people nga mo mag-observe ta sa ato ang waste, no, nga production, mga consumption ba na nato, and how do we manage it effectively, nga dili ta magsige og reklamo lang about like kita tag basura diha sa dalan or wala na kolekta atong basura, diba? Those are the common mga reklamo nato or observations about waste that we have here in our society. So for RCE, Doc, you mentioned about education, and you're also based in UP Cebu. Do you also link up with other partner universities here in Cebu or there sa Pilipinas?
Yes. Multisectoral ang atong partnership. So we have from the academe, I used to be a professor of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and Cebu. So we have part of our network is the academe. We are also partnering with LGUs, the youth, women, and the parishes, the churches, and so on. No? So, and again, depending on the campaign. So now we are campaigning for waste. Why? Hindi lang per se to eliminate, dispose of, avoid, prevent waste kasi the volumes are in billions of tons all over the world, no? But it affects global warming.
Yeah.
So waste is one issue, and then since RCE is SDG propelled, so it's now a link between waste and how they impinge, how they impact on the rest of the 17 SDGs. So for example, one of our campaign is kitchen waste composting. No, don't throw your kitchen waste. Instead, you produce fertile soil or what we call compost, and then sa compost you can plant. Mawala ang basura sa kitchen, and then most of our waste that ends up in landfills, dump sites, 50 or more percent of that is really basura, compostable.
Yes.
So if we can eliminate 52% right in our households, maka-affect mani kasi it creates methane.
Yes.
That's why you have your smoky mountains, ay nayawan ay mag smoke kasi may gas from the waste. If we can eliminate that, we help to avert, mitigate global warming. And of course, we are told climate change is really a very serious problem, hindi lang environmental. Kasi it affects poverty, affects hunger, and so on. So for example, that kind of a campaign is very relevant for drought period. And Pag-asa has informed us that Cebu is one of the 65 provinces that will be affected by the drought. So kung naatay drought, tuyo kaayo ang yuta, mala ang yuta. So we cannot raise crops. Kung walay crops, walay agricultural production, mas mumahal, plus wala pa po food supply nga steady. If you do kitchen composting right in your homes, from the kitchen waste, ang basura sa kusina, mahimong soil na fertile, na fertilizer, then in 2 months' time, if you do it very well, na nakayutan.
Yeah.
And forever, nakayutan, so na food supply. And one of our campaign, SDG goal is zero waste, zero hunger, and no poverty. And we can assure you, if you know how to compost from your kitchen waste, you will never be hungry again. Neither will you consider yourself poor. Kaya na naman mo ipagkaon. So that's what we want to do. Our campaign now is not just focused on waste, but how waste is part of the whole world, SDGs and all.
Yeah, very interesting link, it's almost a challenge to explain to everyone how waste is actually related to climate change. Like, basura man na, and we're talking about the air or the atmosphere. So that's one way to explain it, no? Like the gases being emitted actually contribute as a greenhouse gas, no? Causing the heat that the global warming that we're experiencing right now. So very important, and like what Doc Cherry said, it's very preventable, no? The 50% of that waste ending up in our landfills can automatically be diverted right from our homes.
Yes.
And that's what I tell my students regarding kanang sa segregation nga aspect nga unsa gyud kadako ang role sa barangay, like sa households goods ninyo nga compost, biodegradable materials, kitchen waste, unsa pa nang mga leftover food ninyo can be diverted good. Di na siya dapat mo end up being collected at the barangay level gani, kasi you can do it straight.
And then,
from your
Joy, we
homes.
simply say basura. This aman gikan ng basura. Then people always say sa mga tao. Pero unsay parte sa tao ang nakalabay sa basura? It's just a hand. It's just a hand. So kung ang basura gikan sa kamot, unsa may solusyon? Kamot.
Puniton sa
Manong gagastos man tag millions. To gather waste from your hands. Kanang millions, 500 million for example in Cebu City, it ends up in the dump site. 10 hectares of dump site is allotted to basura. Naay balay ang basura, walay balay ang mga tao. Naay lunga ang basura, naay lote, ang mga tao, ang mga pobre, wala. Look at relocation efforts. Problema kay walay lugar. Basura has 10 hectares committed to it, 500 million budget every year. Kanang 500 million, o dili mo labay ang mga tao, dili mo gamit ang LGU, asa man madung ang 500 million, kay wala na may basura. O di mo balik sa mga technicians nato, mo balik sa mga pobre, mo balik sa mga nagkasakit, good hospitals and so on, pagilabay nato sa basura. And it's just the hand. So that's what we want to explain, no, nga, is it doable? Yes. But every time they hear zero waste, maka-zero ba ay tas waste nga every time na amang jud tayo ma-produce nga waste, no? Okay, what What does zero waste mean? We will
Sige.
explain that in the next.
Very interesting and very timely questions. Ato nang tubagon, no? Ato nang i-discuss. Pagbalik na to, as we pause for a minute, take a few minutes break para pasalamatan nato atong mga sponsors, and Partners in Law will be right back.
Giardini del Sol.
In the heart of Cebu lies an ideal place for the people on the go. Uncle Tom's Cabin Hotel gives guests a convenience of quick and easy access to Cebu's business centers. Offers spacious rooms furnished with all the modern-day amenities. Uncle Tom's Cabin Hotel, located at NP Yap Street, Barangay Capital Site, Cebu City. For reservations, call 032-888-8667. Let your appetite be just right at Sixto and Bening Meat Store. Sixto and Bening Meat Store specializes in chorizo, tocino, beef, and pork tapa. Sixto and Bening Meat Store is located at stall number 4849, Unit 1, Meat Section at the Carbon Public Market, Cebu City, with telephone numbers 256-1581 and 259-6569. It's the place where you can find the best meat deal in town. Buying your fresh meat at a low price? Come to Sixto and Bening Meat Store.
Kung chicharon ang sumsuman, snack o pangsudan, Chilen ang anging banatan. Chilen Chicharon, available at SM Supermarkets and Hypermart Metro Manila. Also at Guadalupe Corner, Enveles and V. Rama Street, and at 078 M. Pacanya Street, Tisa, Cebu City.
Ask for more if you can taste the flavor of Chilen Chicharon. Chilen Chicharon.
And we're back sa atong mga televiewers. Salamat sa pagpaabot o pagkuyog gihapon namo sa atong ikaduha nga segment. Kung diin ato nang i-continue ang atong nindot na kay nga discussion, no? So karon atong hisgutan, Doc, kung unsa man jud, what is zero waste sustainability means
Okay.
sa ato ang mga televiewers na nananaw karon.
Thank you for asking that very crucial question. Okay, abi sa mga tao og zero waste, wa nagyoy basura.
Yes.
Okay.
Kaya ambisyoso ko no kaayo ta, Doc, nga zero is
Yes, ma-zero
wala
ba gyud
gyud.
ko ang waste. O na mo try ka sa inyong mga household, di man gyud ma-zero. Kaya na man gyud mahinilin residual waste, you would call them, or you have hazardous waste. Dili man gyud dili ma sa recycle, dili ma reuse. So you have such types of waste. Zero waste is really, it is a goal, it's a plan, and it has 4 very important characteristics, different from the previous waste management initiatives in the past, no? So, ang number 1 nga importante anya, they avoid, of course, no, they try to prevent, and then they try to reduce the waste. Mao man gyud strategy na to, reduce the waste, prevent the waste, and ingana, no, avoid the waste, and then that's 1. Pero the other thing is also we avoid the waste, but if we consider it as a resource, therefore you don't throw Kaya importante man ang waste, na may significance, na may value ang waste. So, Zero Waste is a campaign that considers waste as a resource. Dili lang ang kampanya na pangpa-reduce, pangpa-less ang kuan sa waste. That's one, no? Okay. If that's the case, then you have like very crucial ang recycling, reusing, and so on. Kasi dili ka mulabay. In that sense, mas-zero ka in terms of mga panglabay. Okay. Ang second point, you must have heard of the hierarchy.
Yes.
Waste hierarchy. No nga, sa una, ang pinaka-importante is disposal. And ang prevention was just very small at the end. Karon gibali sa zero waste. So, more of prevention before i-dispose, and no incineration at all. Ang zero waste, di ka mo burn, and so on. Why? Because that's an important characteristic of zero waste. You highlight the gains, the benefits for the whole world and people, rather than incur costs and harm. So, waste should not harm people and the environment. So, we go zero on the harmful effects. That's in that sense, no? And then also, it's multisectoral. It used to be in the past, waste was just the problem of the officials.
Yes.
Karon dili. We understand that it's a resource, it has a source na ay gikagikanan, na ay impact. So everyone along the way, tanan ta responsible for the waste that we are throwing from our hands. So then, multisectoral ta ang approach. So it's very inclusive, in a sense, ang zero waste. Compared sa una nga, they would just go to your homes, ipasakay sa truck, on sa landfill, and then that's it.
Yes.
Hindi. The most important, I think, that zero waste wants to do is to go to the center, to the very core of the source of all waste. And this is our linear economic system. You take, you produce, and then you waste. So what they would call the cradle to cradle, no? Cradle to grave, rather. Nga, i-produce nimo, ilabay na nimo, patay na, tapos na ang waste. No. Ang dinhi, okay, you start waste, you start producing an item, that item should go circular. Dili mo end up, nga useless. It should be recycled. So, kitchen waste, recycle mo, ang fertile soil, so you produce your vegetable, you sell your vegetable, and tuyok. This is what they call the circular economy, in contrast to the linear economy that cost, the global and local linear economy of production and consumption that caused all these problems of waste. So in that sense, very creative, it's very inclusive, and then it is local, global, in a sense, and it really questions the values of this world. Unsa may importante karon, is our economy, present economy, producing a world that is prosperous, peaceful for people? Di man, kay we have billions of poor, we have billions of hungry, and so on. And that's why we want to go zero on that. Zero on the bad effects, zero on the cost of waste, and then zero nga wala nagigamit bitaw ang what they produce. Look at all the toys of the children, puro plastic. After mawala ang ang gana nila to play, what happens to the plastic toys? Ilabay lang po tingali, no? People incinerate, they burn. That's not helpful for the air, for the atmosphere, kasi then it causes more global warming. And we understand very well the effects of global warming. Diba? Kanang kusog ang bagyo, mas mo kusog.
Yes.
Storm surges, floods, droughts, and then health problems, and then you have the same social, economic, political problems.
So there's really
there's
really a bigger picture than just the problems sa basura.
Yes,
no?
yes,
and
yes.
nindot sad kaayo ning circular module, or like it helps us understand the life cycle of the basura.
Yes.
Nga after nimo gamit sa basura, dili lang na siya ingon nga ang end sa iyang life is kanang ilabay na nimo.
Yes.
Naapay other stages where we can reuse
Yes.
the materials and mas mapalambo na to kay resource siya.
Yes,
So,
yes,
matuyok-tuyok, sustainable kaayo siya in the long run.
Yes, oo.
Yeah, so, Doc, is it doable in the Philippines?
Oh yes, there.
Do we have any success stories?
Yes.
Can you share to the
Yes, naanas
televiewers?
Pampanga, and then naanas Pangasinan, Naga of the late si Jess Robredo. They were among the first to really produce a waste management scheme. They did not call it zero waste then, but they were able to retrieve items for recycling bitaw. And Kitay, Sweden, I think is, or many European countries are now 80% on they remove and recycle and reuse and so on. There, dini sa Philippines, you can count 2 or 3 kanang successful models na Siquijor is now zero waste kanang model.
Yes.
Apo Island particularly, also in Negros, is another. Or within Cebu, you have Camotes, San Fran. San Fran has been very successful in terms of their waste campaign. Wala gyud sila wakakadungog nga dirty kaayo ang kuan bitaw San Francisco. Is it doable? Or Barangay Luz used to be a model. Puok, galing Puok winner, awardees, and so on. So Camotes San Fran is an international awardee and so on for waste management. So it's doable, but you notice it means political will.
Yes.
Og naagay political will, dako kayong matabang. If ang leader, if I remember correctly, Gordon, when he was mayor of Olongapo, Bato, he used to go to the markets and really pick up siya na mismo. And that's what Jess Robredo also did. And Mayor Arquiliano also sa Camotes and so on. So, is it doable? Ang mga tao makatubag, no? Ang leaders, and it's multi-sectoral man, hindi pwedeng isa lang sector. Tsaka hindi pwede, dili po mahimo nga, track lang. Kay nag-usik ka bitaw, o track lang. Kay kamutra lagi ang gigagikanan. So if all of us hold hands together, can be done. It has been done. We have models. They can go to the internet and look for models. And we're trying a campaign now, and we're hoping it will work.
Since you mentioned naman jud Doc about sa inyong campaign and with the kitchen waste na campaign ninyo, and I know that you've been doing some workshops already with some communities. So far, Doc, what's the reception of the people? And since we're talking about doable ba ni, or people are really engaged with it so far, how is it man, Doc, with the kitchen waste management as a zero waste effort management? Okay,
our free training sa RCE Cebu, we are now partnering with a Netherlands kanang organization VHC, and then we partner with schools and so on. Ang kampanya is really pag training, people love it. They always say, wow, it's so easy to do and so on. Ang kulang sa among campaign is the monitoring, which kasi we need two months to monitor. So ang very first campaign we started, I think, during the COVID online mani, and then we had wanted to connect with the students from Ilocos, from Mindanao, and so on. Wala pa sila tubag, but we have cases nga napadala silang mga pictures sa ilang mga kanang vegetables that they were able to raise. We have one from Rivergate community, and she said she tried planting the kanang ampalaya bitaw nga. One of our video shows from three seeds makaproduce kag 30 ampalaya fruits in 2 months or less, no? So she tried that and she was able to do it. Naami usang partner, one who attended the Cebu City employees training. He works for the Cebu City Agriculture, and sa iyang gamay nga balay tuan na siya, nag-compose na siya, and he says they don't have to buy much of their utan kaya naman. So but thank you for raising that point kasi we need for all our trainees to return to us and i-feedback,
Yes.
i-TikTok nila, and
Yes.
ipakita nga.
Gamit kayo na ang
Gamit
TikTok
kayo.
aron.
Like
Oo.
social media, dali na lang kaayo na ang reporting or pag-keep track sa progress,
Yes.
pag-monitor.
But most importantly, makita na to nga na continuity
Yes.
from our programs. Nagipadayon jud after the seminars.
Yes, yes.
Na-adjoy pa
Oo.
ng continuity sa ilang mga balay.
Oo. Kaya ang usa natong product, aside from compost from kitchen waste, no, daghan mang papel nga mausik bitaw ilabay labi na sa
Yes.
eskwelahan, sa mga offices. We're teaching them how to make paper uling. Oo.
that's
So, na kay paper uling, it's therapeutic kasi you use the hands, no? So even the physically, mentally challenged can help produce, and it will be good for them health-wise, no? And then maka-raise pod og livelihood kay plus mahal kaayo ang gas o ang electricity karon. So ang pagluto sa utan nga gi-raise ninyo sa compost from kitchen waste, o sige magluto ta, use paper uling. So we teach them how to do paper uling. I had one person who sat beside me, BEC taga Binglanilla ha. Ma'am, I've been doing paper uling in the past. And then makaluto gyud ko, ma'am. So 18 paper uling nga ingani ka dako and kanang tight gyud and mala, it can cook tinunuan nga isda o vegetables.
That's
18 ha.
Unya na to kaputahe.
Yes, yes. Unya, kanang mga walo can cook rice. So, di na kamo palit og uling.
Yeah.
Then we can save the trees. Kaya ang uling o ang paper uling, they come from the same, paper and uling come from the same wood.
Yes.
So we don't cut the trees and we need that for global warming. Mga ingana. And then the third is plastics. Kanang labi na sa sinulong.
Yes.
And then the plastics go to our rivers or oceans. Baka, kung anong yun, no? Microplastics that
Yes.
come from plastics. Ngayon, giingnan ta nga, it's in the clouds, it's in the fish that we eat, and so on. Bisa man gikan sa mga gilabay ng
Yes.
plastics. So, maybe in the next segment, I'll borrow a mineral pet bottle and show them what they can do during Sunulog. It's their daily eco offering. It's a prayer. And then at the same time, it cleans up the earth and it's zero waste.
Yes. Kay dako gyud kaayong no ang ma-divert nimo.
Yes, yes.
From nga waste not being collected, not ending up in landfills or worse sa atong oceans. Because I think we've talked about this in the previous episodes na sometimes like not just sometimes but many people di gid sila aware no what happens to my waste after, di ba? So it's also about being conscious about asa padung ang imuhang basura or unsay buhaton. Pwede nimo mabuhat sa imong basura instead of it going to a landfill or going to the oceans. And katong the kitchen waste, the paper uling, and the plastics,
waste.
no, the eco bricking are just some ways. And I know daghan pa jud kaayong mga efforts yun nga pwede mabuhat. And it's just a matter of really implementing it from the ground.
Yes,
Importante
yes.
yun nga magsugod sa ubos pod no ang anang sa grassroots level sa local community sa mga sityo purok-purok mo gyud nay pinakadali nga pwede nimong matap no kay gamay magkailhanay ang mga tao and then they can all work together in order to achieve that process of reducing their waste gikan sa ilahang mga community. So sa balaod sad nato no actually we've been very we're very fortunate that in Mandaue we were able to assist them with the environment code, and part also of the intervention that we did is also to integrate the waste management into the sitios and purok. So hopefully as a roadmap in the future they would build on that concept na ang waste management should start really in the sitios and in the puroks.
Or I'll go even farther than that, Joy. Waste management really starts with the decision of a person
Okay.
to manage the waste.
That's true. I
Kamot
agree.
raman, kamot raman. So, you manage your hand, wala tayo waste.
Yes.
Or it will be, anyway, it will not end up, no burning, no dump sites, not in the oceans. Hindi naman natin basura ang world, no?
Yes.
Ang earth.
Yes. If people would just start caring more.
Yes,
no?
yes.
Kanang, because in this age, manggudok, ato ang kalabanan nga kuan is convenience.
Yes, yes.
Kuna, it's behavioral aspect po ba samot na sa ato mga televiewers nga amon yung ipadayag diri og among gina-encourage that start with the eye, no? Caring more to the environment so that mo change ang atong behavior towards plastic, towards waste.
Mao'y message ni Pope Juan Francis sa encyclical Laudato Si, di ba? Concern for our home, concern for the earth, care for the earth. Oo. And then it's sinulog man. It's very timely nga millions worship, but millions leave millions of waste. Oo. And if the earth is from the Lord, and if the earth is our home, do you dirty the earth? Mulabay ka? Oo. Manong mulabay man nga naa may gamit. So, tanan untang mga sinulog, kung ano mo adto, please bring one empty PET bottle. Mo lang ang among hanyo. Bring an empty PET bottle. Tanang inyong kanon nga naas plastic, isulo dito. Tanan nga inyong candy wrappers, isulo dito. So, bali, usa ka tawo will bring home their own plastics. Na itago aron dili mo malabay sa dagat, etc.
Very timely because we're entering into kanang the sinulog kanang season. So we'll take a break, no, and discuss. Very nagkainit na atong discussion here. Not as init as global warming, but ang ato is we hope that you'll stay tuned, no? Partners in Law will be right back.
Catering services, call on Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services. They accept catering for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, baptisms, conferences, seminars, house blessings, and other special occasions. Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services, located at 180 Katipunan Street, Tisa, Cebu City. For reservations, contact Lourdes Gomez. Telephone numbers 2626643 and 2618072 and cell phone number 0925-893-3888 and 0922-875-1158. Lourdes Food Products and Catering Services is willing to serve you.
back sa atong programa nga Partners in Law, still with the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association and the Philippine Earth Justice Center. Kuyo gihapon nato atong guest, Doc Cherry Balyascas of the Regional Center of Expertise in Cebu, and also Attorney Princess Vivar. Ganina no nagkastorya nata unsa maning mga projects no that has been initiated by RCE sa nagalain-laing communities, and very very helpful, very relevant. Kinahanglan jud nato nga makatuna no. If there was a way we could do it all over at one go or nana para mas ma-widen pa ang atong reach about all these efforts, then we would really encourage no our televiewers po to be kanang mo initiate, very proactive in learning about it. No? So,
enjoy. I on that note, gusto namong sabot sa tanan nga na may libreng training. So gusto ming mo ato where they are, organize sila grupo, let us know when we can go, asa na free man eh. So we teach them kitchen based composting, paper charcoal making and paper recycling. You make your own papel, and then plastic eco bricking. So even just those three in your communities, in your homes, it will go a long way. Talagang we're targeting at least 50% of our of our biodegradable waste.
Yes. Kay kanang if you audit
Yes.
the waste no in one trash can siguro no majority good ana biodegradables, and those should not even be in the trash can.
Yes.
So dapat siya, and then mga probably 30 to 20% sa 50% nga nabilin ana PET bottles which can be recycled. So dapat gamay ra jud kayo nga percentage no in the inverted waste hierarchy scheme nato. Super gamay na lang yun, mga residuals and special waste na yun untang mo end up in our landfills. And this is something that we want to share, and we've been talking in some of the previous episodes with our guests, no, nga, this is also mandated in our law. And we really hope another New Year's wish for us, or from us to our kanang local officials and national officials, to really be conscious about the waste management policies that we have. Kaya these policies affect us, no, mga citizens, mga local communities, and we want, with all these efforts by RCE, daghan jud tang pwede mabuhat as a community to reduce our waste, no. So a few lang to, I'm sure few lang to of the many initiatives na pwede natong mabuhat. And so you mentioned, Doc, about the eco bricking.
Oh, I forgot to get
Yes.
the maybe we can ask someone to slip a PET bottle. Anyway, while they're taking it, okay. So it's just this, palihog sa pag mo-attend magsinulog, magprosesyon mo, magmisa mo and all, please bring
home.
Bring with you sa parade sa ingana ang usa ka empty bottle. Okay? Then anything that you eat na makaon ka, mopalit kag pagkaon ganay plastic, o isulod ang plastic dinhi. Okay? Maski unang unsang size sa plastic musulod man ani, if you fold o i-twist nimo musod, this can hold 1 kilo of plastics. Ang usa ka kilong ingani ug adto mo sa daan bantayan at 3 ka kilong ingani, pulihan nila og usa ka kilo of rice. Di ba, nindot? Oo, wa na malabay. Nya kaning unsa may mahitabo ani og kita daghan na mo sa inyong community, MRF was long mandated. It's in the law. Your RA RA 9033 no 2000 pa ni na kay MRF. Kung wala kang MRF sa balay lang, mahimo man pila ka ingani, mahimong gamag table lingkuranan. Ingana makagama pag jud kag balay, makagama pag kag bangka. Oo. Sa Africa gibutangan nila balas, sand together with the plastics, and then gigamang bay. Nindot kaayo. It's in the internet. So, manong ilabay man ang something that can give you a house, can give you a chair. Nga dili pa ta mabalikan sa mga isda. Kada kaon natong isda na nay mga plastics nga makaharm sa atong lawas bitaw. So mga inganang simple things. Please, we hope that church is listening. We are in CCT, and this is a church-related group. We call on ako personally. It's a serious, urgent appeal to our Archbishop. Please issue a circular for all the priests sa tanang misa procession. Mo remind lang, please, mo remind. Karong tanan mong naadinhi, palihuglingi sa inyong og tuo og kuan og wala bay nalabay nga basura una isulod sa inyong unya designated areas. Unta all the priests, the church is very crucial here, not only the government. The political will is really not just political in the sense of government, but everybody, no? We have the capacity to take charge of our own decisions, man. Yes. So, palihog, eco-bricking, Pit Senor, eco-brick. If this is the meaning of our discussion today, alipay nami. Kaya we can remove kilos. Makatabang pa sa tao. Thank you for that.
But also, no, for, mukha na ni siyang plugging for what to do, things to do in Sinulog. But, tinud-anay man sad gyud no nga, every after Sinulog, we would see it in the news, sa social media, unsa kadaghan nga basura ang mabiyaan gyud, mga tonelada gyud ang basura nga mabilin along the streets during the street party and during the Mardi Gras, in select in venues kung asa magtapok ang mga tao, daghan sa jud kayong basura. So this is one way to reduce, no, our basura, malimpyo pa nato, and hopefully there would be projects and partnerships, no, what can we gain, di ba? Mamantugiingon ni Doc Sherry, basura as a resource. What do we gain out of the basura? It's not just going or ending up in our landfills, no? But also to our televiewers, kung maka-avoid po tag-buy o pet, no? We can bring water bottles, yun. Labi na karon init kaayo if you attend the procession, and also mag-suroy-suroy mo sa dalan. You can bring water bottles, tumblers, mo naman na ang mga kanang permi natong makita karon. So that's also one way for you. I think this has been an initiative in the past Sinulogs na nanay mga water stations along the route. Yes. So that's also one way. Di pa kakagasto og how much na good ning usa ka water bottle karon, and that's also one way to help the environment. No? Murag katong gingon nato ganina no nga more political will, more effective waste management efforts. Appeal na sa atong New Year's resolution dapat for this 2024. And so with our CE Doc, no, what can we do to collaborate with local government units?
Oo. Kita short term, no, sa Sinulog lang. We can organize the parade. I never say it's too late kasi babad a week, no? Kanang you imagine the whole route of the Sinulog, kanang tadang agian bitaw sa Sinulog and all the activities. I-divide kahat na by the number of barangays that you have in Cebu City. Then assign one barangay to every so much area. Ilan na ang basura din ha. And then if you assign people from the barangay to segregate, papel, and so on, bayran sila sa local government for that effort na segregate na. So, dili barat sada nga at the end of Sinulog, puro basura na lang. At the end of Sinulog, you have segregated basura. You can sell some, you can recycle many, you can tagaan ni magsweldo ang mga tao, pakanon mo, and then within 2 months time, daghang basura nga, kanang gikan bitaw sa food waste, makita nimo sa streets. If they can have every area, kung baga dama, you have one lunga, no? Every barangay would take care of that area. And then you take care of food waste and so on. You can raise your own vegetables. So after 2 months after the Sinulog, nasa like utan. So thank you to Sat Sinulog, mami utan. mga ingana bitaw. We just say, sinulog, iniguman, bye, goodbye, and then, puro na problema afterwards. Dili kani, we're hoping we turn it around in 2024. I'm hoping this episode really will touch hearts and fertile soil, no? Land on fertile soil nga na mo pick up bitaw nga sige gamonin nato. So barangays, they will team up. When I mean barangay, team up with your schools, team up with your churches, team up with your businesses in every lunga. Then everybody has multi-sectoral participation also out. Okay na, di ba? O, hindi na responsibilidad lang ng syudad ang waste.
Yes.
Oo.
So, dagantang stakeholders na pwede dyan mo participate.
Yes.
Ang ato alang,
Yes,
ang inisyatibo nga magikan.
Yes,
sa
attorney.
ilaha.
Oo. So, is it too late now? Is it still doable? I think so. Kanang kita UC will organize, where are you? Pick a side. And then influence lawyers group, another group. Na kami sa RCE will take barangays or kanang mga partners na bitaw in areas. And then let's try it. At least na ay effort bitaw to start rather than just continue with the tradition. Musayaw ta, mo worship ta, or na the Lord in the encyclical of Pope Francis, he says, the world is now a world of filth. Manong ang akong Genesis nga kalibutan gihatag ninyo na puro naman basura. Saan naman ang akong world, ang beautiful world nako? So, let's start with that. It is a moment of prayer. It is a moment of devotion. Di sinulog. Then let's make it so. And one offering is Deos, daily eco offering. We offer segregated waste back to the Lord para dili mo end up destroying His earth. Then we go zero on the harm. We go zero waste on the harm and the problems and the cost. Nga unta, mabalik unta sa tao bitaw na to protect the planet so sustainable. Unta.
Very interesting about the local government units because I know that we have a law, an ordinance in Cebu prohibiting the use of styrofoam, especially in public events. And it's very timely, for us here in Cebu because we're celebrating Sinulog. And usa siya sa mga gi-consider nga public events, not just on the Sinulog Day itself, but on different gatherings. We know nga naamang gyud na yung mga nagkalain-lain nga pre-Sinulog activities, also the foot procession. So as much as possible, we avoid using, the styrofoam, especially in food packaging. Mamang gyud na mulagi na the problem is of the convenience that it gives, but also dako po siya nga problema nato mabilin after Sinulog. So hopefully our televiewers ato nang bantayan nga hopefully, and also a call to different mga business owners or mga contractors sa mga food supplies that we should be very conscious about that ordinance in Cebu City, and hopefully it will get implemented this year because I think it was passed during the COVID period, so wala gyud siya nakita kung unsa gyud ang iyahang level of implementation because there were no Sinulog activities at that time. But karon nga we're fully back to normal. We're going back to the street activities and all the public gatherings during Sinulog. Then important also to highlight the policies, the existing policies that we have manhi sa Cebu para ato nang ma-reduce gid nato atong basura
Unsa
sa
atong
Sinulog.
makita ang pag-implementar
Yes,
sa kaninga balaod.
Unta.
Umaabot na Sinulog.
Unta. Ang 2000, di ba? Ang 2000 Solid Waste Ecological Act, 2000 pa din, no? O na, at tanawa ang for waste prevention and avoidance, 25% mandatory for LGUs within 5 years after 2000.
Yes.
Dapat 25% waste reduction of all LGUs.
Yes. So
Hello.
dako jud og assignment atong mga LGUs gyud.
Waste segregation at source since 2000. Mga inga na bitaw.
Yes.
If only the law were followed. Pero this is not a blaming thing, no? Kaya we maximize the positivity of zero waste. So if only we start deciding today's the day I'll take care of my basura.
Yes.
No lang.
Yes.
small.
Very, very important thing to do. And again, it's never too late. Kano?
Never too
Although there is a bit of a call for urgency, good, because of
Yes, yes.
the era that we are in right now, no, nga dili basta-basta ang mga bagyo nga atong nasinati nganhi sa Pilipinas, especially kita diri sa Pilipinas, sa mga vulnerable countries in the global climate change na mga phenomenon na mga nahitabo. So hopefully there will be more efforts pag yun, not just coming from from the local governments nato sa atong mga leaders and public officials, but also with citizens, no, communities, because mentioned ta ganina, as mentioned earlier, about stakeholders collaborating and helping maghawiranay ta sa atong mga kamot, because only with our hands, no, maka-create og change sa mga basura pod nga na-produce nato, nagamit. So it's really up to us how are we gonna use all these efforts and initiatives.
Attorney Joy, I'd also like na gamiton ang opportunity to appeal sa atong mga big corporations and companies nga nagaproduce pod og waste through their products, no, kay ang tanang produkto ron nanay packaging and all. So hand in hand jud private sectors, individuals and the government. So dili lang jud ang bula na alang sa tagsa-tagsa, even big corporations watching right now nga efforts to reduce waste should also be
Yes,
implemented.
also attorney kanang there is a global campaign for a plastic treaty. Global
Yes.
plastic treaty nga dili na mo gamit og fossil fuels unta to produce. That is the core of where does plastic come from fossil fuels man. So if you stop that, then but wala pa, we're not there, but we opened the gate by I think the consensus was let's very gently ask the producers to lessen or to look at the problem. Pero wala pa yun. But at least there is a step forward.
And on a final note, no, very important yun ang level of awareness and consciousness nato with all our activities sa atong paggamit, pag-consume, o pag-produce, not for big corporations, about waste, and especially important how we manage it properly, nga dili siya mo end up somewhere else doing harm to our environment. So karon no, medyo nahutda na tag time. There are a lot of very important and very interesting discussions related to this topic. But before we end, no, one final message to our televiewers, Doc Cherry, for RCE.
Thank you very much for having us here, and Attorney Joy and Attorney Kanang Princess. RCE Cebu would like you please to be partners. Ang pagka-partner para lang paggamit sa inyong kamot. And gikan ang basura sa kamot, kita na po'y mo gamit sa atong kamot para pagsulbar sa basura. And we cannot touch the earth. We cannot change the earth if we don't touch it with gentleness and love. There's such a song, no? So, panggaon na to with our hands. Dili na to labayan. So, that's my message. Especially karong sinulog, Pit Senyor, natong tanan, if we are really followers of the Lord, then let's restore the earth of the Lord. Dili na to hugawan, dili na to gamong basura ang iyang kalibutan. Unta. Thank you.
And also, how unsaon Manila pag-contact
okay.
on Facebook, on social media, or email?
Na my number is you can just contact us cebu@gmail.com, cebu@gmail.com if you want to avail of the free training. We would love to give the free training. Please contact us anytime. Thank you.
Yes. Attorney Princess?
Yes, so sa mga televiewers, no, New Year's resolution unta nato to be very intentional. Intentional to sustainability or acts of sustainability. O kung atong man nang ihalad ang atong mga sakripisyo kang Senior Santo Niño, unta i-appeal ninyo ang sakripisyo sa pagpunit sa atong mga basura o pag-segregate sa atong mga basura. Mao lang na. Pit Senior, everyone.
And for PEJC, on saon Manila pag-contact?
Okay, so sa Philippine Earth Justice Center, we are on Instagram and Facebook. Just search Philippine Earth Justice Center.
So, thank you kayo, Attorney Seth and Doc Cherry, for joining us.
Thank
And also
you.
to our televiewers, no, I echo the call, the appeal, no, gikan namo, not just to our televiewers who are watching, but it's a call for everyone, most importantly to our leaders, na this is a very crucial new year for us. It's not too late. It's never too late to work on policies, especially if we're pushing for a more effective, more efficient waste management strategies. And also to our televiewers, this Sinulog season, we hope that you bring together your families, your local communities to do all these things for our environment, ang pagpunit sa basura, ang participate, no, sa mga activities, not just with RCE, but there are a lot of organizations na gabuhat og mga nagkalain-laing activities para sa pagprotektar sa atong environment. So we hope that this encourages you to to do more for the environment this new year and in the years to come. So kami sa PEJC with the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association and RCE, we're very happy sa atong episode karon, no, daghan kay tang na katunan na mga discussions. I think while Doc Cherry was listening, I think I want to take notes. Sa mga kong student balik, no, nga I really want all these information nga ma-share nato sa atong mga televiewers. So kamo mga nagtanaw, hopefully you can inform your mga silingan, mga paryente about these activities para daghan ta nga maglihok for the
Joy,
environment.
zero waste, Sinulog.
Yes, let's
Zero
go
waste
for zero
2024.
Yes.
Waste-free. Waste-free 2024.
Yes, that's true. And so, before we end, no, you can like and follow or subscribe to Cebu Lady Lawyers Association, Partners in Law Celia on YouTube. So ang nagkalain-laing episodes, dili lang for environment, but different issues relating to women's rights, children's rights, labor, etc. na adito ninyo makita ng mga videos. And also you can follow the CCTN Facebook page for these discussions regarding our laws. And of course, Philippine Earth Justice Center, as what Attorney Says mentioned, you can message us on Facebook if you want to collaborate with us for different activities. Much like RCE, we also do education and capacity building sessions for different communities regarding environmental laws. So hopefully makita-kita ta. Happy Sinulog, everyone. Happy. We hope, or we're all hoping for a zero waste Sinulog. So daghang salamat. This is Attorney Joy with Attorney Princess and of course Doc Cherry Balyascas. Daghang salamat and maayong gabi.